For the benefit of men out there who possibly have got this notion that the women that we have in today's age are not wife material, and there are reasons they'll give you. Maybe it could be reasons that are valid or not valid. What is it that one should be looking out for when they're looking for a future, well, somebody to live with or to have as their significant other?
One thing that I would want to put clear is, you know, when you're looking for a partner, when you're looking for a marriage partner, the issue is, I'm looking for that Mr. Right, I'm looking for this Miss Right. But the question is, are you the right person for this other person? Because until, like he has said, until we get to know what our needs are and what is that we want to achieve in marriage, until we know what is that we are looking for, we may not get it in the other person. So what I would like everyone to know, men, women together, is if you are looking for a Mr. Right, if you are looking for a Miss Right, then you need to be right with yourself. Yes.
But what is right to yourself? Because it seems like a very nice thing to hear to the ear, but is it something that I can understand and now literally live and say, I am right? What is right?
For example, you know what you want to achieve in a marriage. For example, many marriages are not working today because of unmet expectations.
Correct.
Because maybe you want to marry me because of who I am maybe in my career. But when you get into marriage, maybe I change and become a wife that you are not expecting. So creating that awareness, you know, getting to understand who you are and what you are looking for, I think that's the most important part to start.
Okay. Moffat?
And if I may add something on what she is saying, you know, this Mr. Right and Miss Right that we keep talking about, we forget it doesn't exist. And we forget that the right woman or the right husband is somebody who is like in a quarry. You need to go there, dig them up, and you begin to make them become right. Some of us, if you looked at us some years back, I am sure that many people would not have called us Mr. Right or Miss Right because of the way we were.
You didn't fit the bill. You didn't fit that description.
But unfortunately, nowadays, both men and women are coming with a very long shopping list of what they want.
Actually, it's more of a wish list.
Yes, it's a wish list. And they don't know that your work is to develop this man, is for this man to develop this woman, so that some few years down the line, we look at you and we see you have indeed become a better version of yourself, more than what you are. So this thing of Mr. Right, it doesn't exist.
Okay, and that being the case, Francis, question then would be, not everybody can be the right fit for the other person, in terms, especially with that description he has given. Not everybody can go to that query and get everybody out. There needs to be a certain level of patience, tolerance. So what is that one ingredient that one needs for you to know that this is the right person? Yes, there are going to be challenges. Yes, we are not coming from the same background, so we are likely to see things from a different lens. But what's the one thing that now cements you and makes sure that you stay together?
I would call that thing purpose. Purpose. What do you want to fulfill in life? When you're gauging the other person as whether they're appropriate
or not,
or as a spouse for you, you need to put your finger on that thing called purpose. Because if you know it, then you'll... the other qualities that, you know, tend to... the other qualities that tend to turn people off would be background noise for you. If I have identified her and she's got a certain percentage, actually I have done a survey, personal survey. I was writing a book called How Can I Know She Is the One, a guide for men. And in that survey I was asking men, so exactly what is the most important thing for you in a wife? Gauging wife material, so to say. And it's interesting because then different men look for different things. And there lies the solution. What is that thing that if you get, then these are the qualities that are lacking will be less threatening to you. Once you put your finger on that thing, then you really have got it right. And what I would like to say is, you will never find somebody who has 100% of the qualities you're looking for. Because neither are you 100% of what that person is looking for. So do your mathematics, settle for a percentage that you know it works for you. In other words, let's assume the qualities that you need in a wife are 7 qualities, okay? You will not find a wife who has all the 7 qualities in place the way you want them.
So prioritize them, I guess.
Prioritize and decide what is the irreducible
minimum. Pauline,
yes.
Is that a good strategy to use? Because how many people even know what they want? How many people are even aware? If you ask them, if you're going out to look for a wife, how many actually know what is the most important thing? And the difference between knowing and that being the most important thing. For instance, I can think the most important thing for me is that she has to be a good cook. But maybe truly speaking, that's not what is most important. Yeah. Is that a good formula to use?
I think we should first be genuine with ourselves. Genuine meaning that you are genuine with yourself and what is that you are looking for. Because there are several, we all have preferences. There is that you are looking for, there is this other person that he or she is looking for. So I think the best thing is to start by being genuine ourselves. Is my quality, like he says, if the person I'm meeting, I'm looking at 10 qualities and he can only do 6, am I willing to work with the 4? Am I willing to compliment him to make it to 10 from a 6? I think selfishness is one thing that is killing marriages. We've become lazy. We don't want to work hard. And you know, marriage that needs to be strong and stable, it's a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work. All right, so Moffat, your advice on now those qualities and what maybe that is what has given a rise in what we call come and stay locally, where people basically say, let's test it first. You know, let's do a dry run. Then if it works, then we can sort out other details later.
You know, all those things that people do are, I would call them deceptions, most of them. And I want to summarize what they have said in one statement. And I say that for somebody to get to know whether this is Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, there is one single thing, in my opinion, that they need to do. And this is to find out through the lenses of the person that they want to marry, whether they are able to, you know, we need to redefine this thing and ask ourselves, are we able to see them through the lenses of what they shall become? If you look at a person and you realize there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of, you know, the whole thing is eclipsed by a lot of things and you cannot define who this person is, you are not able to tell what kind of a person he or she will become in some days to come, then that is not the right person. Because the right person is somebody that you can look at. Because I always tell young people, I have heard about all these lists that we have. And I normally say that the most important thing for us to do is that to look at this person, because people will talk about money, somebody who is financially stable. And I always say that money does not attract a vision, but a vision attracts money. Now, if you have a vision of what your marriage ought to become, or your partner ought to become, you are able to look at them through the lenses of what they shall become. And if you cannot see any light, even as you try to look at them through those lenses, then you've got to keep searching.
Yes. Okay.